Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Edoggz Reviews. Today I will be reviewing the Transformers Rise of the Beast Studio Series 105 Autobot Mirage. He will be going against the Studio Series 86-01 G1 Autobot Jazz. And as you can see, there is both of the figures, and you can plainly see the huge difference between the both of them. Now, unfortunately, I do not have the first movie Mirage at the given moment because it's very expensive. It's going for a lot of money. I think like something like $85 and up. So I'm not able to like showcase that here in this video. So let's get it on. We're going to take this jazz away. We'll concentrate on this figure. So we're just going to take around the box. This is what the box looks like from the front. This is what the box looks like from the side. This is what the box looks from the back. We have the robot mode here. We have the vehicle mode there. We'll talk about that. It comes with a stage. I'm not exactly sure what I did with it. And then we come on this side. It says Studio Series 105 Deluxe Class there. On the top it says Rise of the Beast there. And on the bottom is this barcodes and warnings about copying our stuff, pretty much, you know, copyrights and stuff like that. Now, this figure does come with one weapon, and we'll show that in this video as well. Now, let's do a close-up of this thing. Now, this is smaller, a little smaller than your G1 Jazz, tiny bit smaller. As you can see in this comparison, let's move this box out of the way, right? And when things start getting smaller, as in Transformers, things going to get a little bit complicated. So there it is from the side. There it is from the back. And there it is from the side. And that's pretty much it. Now, this figure still has the same cues as this. It's just that this one has more panels that you have to move. There's pretty much zero clearance to transform it, which is bad. There's a trick to the abdomen that you have to learn to do. Like, I'll give you an example. Legacy Beast Wars Megatron. When you're transforming it back into a dinosaur, there's like this little trick where you have to get it exactly right to pop the abdomen into the leg part to get it into dinosaur mode. I believe you ladies and gents know what I'm talking about, and you do know how hard that is sometimes. So yeah, it's a very nice figure. Let's get it in focus. Now, it kind of feels like a Microman type of deal, and the Micromans are way smaller than this, and this guy is tiny. So very nice paint. It's silver. I'm going to try to avoid trying to clean it because silver does rub off over time, if you will. And we got a close-up of his face. Hold on, lock on. There we go. There's a close-up of his face right here. Now, doing some reading, I found out why Mirage is a Porsche. We'll tell you that a little later on in the video once we get into the video mode. Okay, so we'll just go into articulation. So articulation, right? So we're going to stretch out this arm, and it's going to bump into this wheel that's back here. And we're going to go this way, and it's going to bump into that wheel. Now, we can go outwards if you want to. This wheel does not move any further back than that. We can bend the arm here at the elbow. It's a tad more than 90 degrees there. And his arm is transparent because of the window. Now, there is a swivel at the bicep, which is also good. And you can have this movement at the shoulder, as you can see. Legs. It can go all the way up like that. Excuse me, there's an alert on my phone. Gotta get rid of that. It can go all the way up. That's a really high kick if I never see one. And we can bring it sort of down on the knee, and that's all you're gonna get. Let me see. Let me straighten that up. That's all you're gonna get on the knee. That's it, pretty much. Bring that down, and that's because you got all this junk in the way right here. You got the door here. You got this back panel here for the rear wheel. There, it's crazy. So swivel is mostly at the hip, and you saw how much the knee was. The foot has this much range in it. You can bring it in if you want. You can bring it outwards if you want. You know, do those wide stands. And then we have the opposite side, which is going to get real complicated. That's as far as you're going to get on the leg. And the lower knee, the lower part of the leg is not going to move because you got this panel right here knocking into this panel. So that's out of the question. Waist, there is a waist here, but it's being blocked by the rear windshield, which is cracked. I'll show you that later. And that's because of the stress that you have to put it through to get it to like click. And I'll show you that what I'm talking about there. And it does move a little bit. It's supposed to move all the way around, but it's not going to do that. And same thing on this side of the arm. Now you can go all the way up. You have the swivel. Now the hands do rotate 360 degrees. Let me not forget that. And the head is on a ball joint. And it's a very tight ball joint. You can't get that much. You can turn that way. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get it in focus. And you can go that way. Right? And you can turn that way. Like so. Like that. Right? Does not move up and down because it's locked onto this pedestal. I'm gonna call it a pedestal. Right? Now, as for the weapon, just look at that real quick before the transformation. And we have this weapon here. Now, it does not come with a effects part in this piece. It should have came in with one. And you can put this on either hand. Does not matter. I'm going to put it on this hand because that's the way I saw it in the movie. And you have that going on right there. Now, we're going to bring in Jazz one more time before we start the transformation. So you got these two going on. We're going to transform this on camera. And then we're going to transform this back into a robot mode and do a comparison, a final comparison. Let's say that. Right? So let's move that off. Let's just get this off right here. Now, the transformation is difficult. And somebody say it's not that difficult. It's somewhere in between medium and difficult. Somewhere in that range. And the reason why that is because you have to deal with a smaller figure than you're normally messing with. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take this piece right here and we're going to move it forward. And actually, let's back up. Let's start with the chest piece. I think the chest piece is the best place to start. You want to just open this, right? Let me back up. Hold on. I'm trying to find a good place to start because it's difficult. Trust me, it is. So we're going to start with this piece. Let's start with this piece. You pretty much just want to rock this piece down into place, right? And they have these little tabs. It's going to lock that into place, right? So we're going to take the arms. We're going to bring the arms down, right? Because we need to move the chest. I think that's the best course of action here. And once you got it locked in, you got it locked in. So we're gonna move the arm down. You probably didn't see it. We're gonna do it on this side. We're gonna move the arm down. Now what that's gonna do is gonna unlock this chest piece, right? And we're gonna bring it up. Make sure this is tab. We're gonna bring this up and we're gonna open these two things like so. And we're gonna fish the head through that hole. And then we're gonna close this piece up right here on the top. Now that was the easy part. That was the easy part, to tell you the truth. Okay, so going straighten out. So you should have it like this. Something like that. So the arms should be down here. You want to make the arms go in here in this little socket right here. Just like that. Leave it there. Now, what they want you to do at the pelvis is they want you to move the pelvis back to a point where it's going to click. Right? Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me grab. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna bring that out, and we need to pull outwards, right? Pull outwards like that, and you see how it extended here, but we want to push back, right? So now we're gonna move all of this stuff that's in the way back here, and we want to rotate it. Just like that. Now that could have been smoother because all this stuff is still in the way. All right. Now we're going to take the arms. We're going to focus on the arms. The legs are already set up for the back. So we're going to focus on this piece. So we're going to bring this back and we're going to arrange it like this and like kind of find its way in here like that, right? So this window piece should match up with the windshield. We're going to try that one more time. On this side, we're going to bring the leg down, I think. Right? We're going to bring up the arm, bend at the elbow, and we're going to sneak this in like this. And we're going to put it in like that. Now the hands need to be rotated like this, or it's not going to fit. Okay, so sometimes this wheel on the left gets jammed, and the reason why it gets jammed it's because of the tabs that are in the way, and you have to undo it to like plug it in correctly. Just want to make sure this panel is in place. And this is what you go through when you're transforming this piece. I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I got this right. It's not. There we go. We got one down. And we gotta figure out. There you go. There you go. You gotta actually use a little bit more muscle on this panel and that panel, which is gonna lock it into place. All right. So the arms. I should say the doors. Excuse me. You wanna manage those here, and there's a little slot. Let me show you the slot. there's a slot right here, and there's like a little peg right there that's at an angle. So you just gotta pop that in there. Right? That's popped in there. I'm making it look simple. Alright, so we're gonna try the other side. Let's see if we have good luck on the other side. So I'm gonna take this door like that. And we want to move this leg because we need to move it back a little bit, right? So like that. And we want to plug this door in. Right? Make sure all of this is not in the way. And you should have this ready to go. So you got both sides. Now this front, just push in, right? This is all tabs. All of this is connected by tabs. All right, so it's time for the back piece. All right. So we're going to turn like that. We're going to get the spoilers ready. Get those out of the way like that. That's the easy part. Next, we're going to get the other easy part is the feet. But before we do that, we need to get the wheels out of the way. So we want to manage the wheels like this, and you want to pull so that they will extend outwards. Like that. So we're just getting stuff out of the way, to tell you honestly. And the feet are very easy. They just fold in. We're doing the easy stuff now. Right? Just don't want to flip in. Like that. So we got this ready. Right, so we may have to do a little bit management here because this leg is not moving. So we're going to unplug. Right, so something's getting in the way. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, so we had to get the leg fixed because it was not straight. So we need to plug this back in. Right. So for some odd reason, this is not going too well. Let's try the other side. All right. So. Keep it on camera, and we need to so for some reason this is not moving, and it needs to move. There we go. There we go. We got it. We got one side done. It just took some time to get it in there. So we're going to see if we can plug this in here while we have the chance. Right, so we're gonna click that into place. It's the only way I can do it. And then we're gonna fill this in. Let's click this into place. Like that. Let's try this side again. See if we can get this to go. Right, like that. And then we're going to click these two things into place. Like that. All of this should be good to go. We're going to click spoiler. Now we're going to take the hard top, bring this up, unfold. All right, you got to bring this forward. All right, so we're going to bring this up like this, and you're going to break this down. Now, there is these two slots. There's a slot there, and there's a slot there. And this is the part where they kind of like forgot, or maybe they didn't think ahead. But there's two pegs on this thing. There's a peg on this side, and there's a peg on that side, and it's supposed to clamp onto this. The thing about it is that this piece only moves in one direction. It moves like a pendulum, right? It only moves this way, right? It doesn't move out. So getting it in there, I'm going to use shear force just to click it in there. And it's going to click. That's when it clicks, not when it clicks. I mean, there's no real good way of doing this. But you do have to be careful because you have this transparent window in the back. And I already cracked mine already trying to do this. Now all we have to do is pop this in here. There you go. Popped. You popped it in. Okay, so all we have to do is manage the back piece together. It's falling apart. It happens. It happens. Okay, so we're going to clamp that together. Clamp that together. You got to fix its feet. And this is what happens when you make the figures smaller. They get a little bit more complicated. Right, so we're gonna focus on the wheels. We gotta bring these wheels out. Anyway, bring those out. Those wheels are out. Make sure the spoiler is together. And we gotta move this down. Now what's holding us up is the rear windshield. That's the thing. All right, so we gotta figure out how we're gonna do that. Sorry. collect in. I think we're good to go now. I think we can peg all this stuff in. Right, so good. Let's see. Alright, so we got to do the same thing on this side. And I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I got it. Okay. There we go. And I think I got it. I think I got it all. Nope, I missed it. There we go. I think I got it. Yeah. Okay, so here we have the Porsche 911 Carrera. And this is probably the closest I'm going to get to it. And this panel is still not working for me. Okay. And I make sure this is all correct. It's starting to fall apart again. All right, it fell apart again. Okay, this panel right here doesn't want to work with me. There we go. Now we got it. Now we got it. And there is, like I said, your Porsche 911 Carrera RS 3.8. So it's a really, excuse me, really nice vehicle. Even in the movie, it's a really nice vehicle. I can't lie. I mean, the paintwork is good. I like the blue strip up the back, up the middle. You got this little white silver break up in the middle. You have the little Autobot symbol right there. And then you have this side of the vehicle right here. Notice I didn't have any silver hubcaps on there. It does say Porsche right there. And you have the back. You have the rear. Are there lights? No, there are no lights on there. It's not even. You have no lights. All right. Here it is from the top, and here it is from the bottom. So since we're here, you could take his weapon and we can pop it into this little section right there. There's two notches on either side. You just kind of have to look for them, really. Let's see. Okay, I found it. And then pop this in. Now that's going to fill in that hole, which is great. You got the visible head syndrome right there. You can't do nothing about that. No. And this is where it becomes very fiddly because it likes to unpeg and stuff. I don't. And there you go. So let's talk about the car for a second. It came out somewhere between 1993 and 1994. It's a two-door coupe, as you can see. It has a 3,746 cubic centimeter engine with an air-cooled horizontal flat 6. It has a 3.8 liter with 300 horsepower. I'm not exactly sure if it's a 4-speed manual or a 6-speed manual. I couldn't quite find that piece of information. I'm very sorry. It can do 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds and 0 to 100 in 11.2 seconds. Top speed is about 172 miles an hour. That's pretty damn good. Now, this is a rare vehicle from which they say, and there's only a few of them left out there in, in the wild, if you will. So that is it for that. Now, we're going to do another comparison while we're here. And we're going to do it with the Farmer Star of Bay's Universe Bumblebee. So you have these two. So I think he's a Camaro? I believe he's a Camaro. So you have a Porsche and a Camaro. And they're two different eras too. Well, is it two different eras? Because Rise of the Beast happens before Bay's Universe, so this one came later. But you have these two right here. Now, like I said, I will transform the G1 version here, and you can tell the difference in like the transformation and stuff. It's so simple. It's so simple. It drives me crazy that it's simple. All right. Get this backpack, flip that open. We don't even get numbers on the new one, which is kind of crazy. Flip this open. Flip the head through. Let's see, we got it flipped. Right, we're going to turn at the abdomen. Make sure that's ready to go. Get that out of the way. We're going to combine the words these legs up. Peg these simple legs together. Make sure this is out, this peg is out. Make sure that peg is out. All right, so we put something in the wrong place, I think. No, did we? No, we didn't. Just gotta extend this piece out. Right, Bring that down. Peg these doors in. Pack this in. Pack this in. And there you go. See how simple this was? Oh, gotta fix this piece, bro. No. And if you want to, you can stick this gun on top of the head. And we're gonna swap this out. Matter of fact, you have these cars going at. Now, G1 Jazz is a Martini Porsche 935 turbo racing car. Came out like somewhere between 1976 and 1981. Underneath the hood is a 3.0 or 3.3 liter Type 935 twin turbocharged flat six. It's a two-door coupe. I do believe in racing. It's either the doors are either sealed or you got to climb through the window. I'm not 100% sure. It's a 4-speed manual without differential. It can do 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds, and 0 to 100 in 6.1 seconds. Top speed is about 228 miles an hour. So yes, much faster, much lighter, more power. This one is for civilian use, but it has kick. It has a lot of kick inside of there. So you have these cars in here. You can move that way. Yes, I am going to keep Bumblebee in frame. You have that right there. You have that right there. Right, it's out of focus. Right. And that's about it for that. Okay. Now, getting it transformed back into the robot mode is easy. It is very easy. All you have to do is get back here and undo all of this stuff right here. Take the gun out. And you want to get the feet out of the way. That's the most simplest part of the transformation. Get in here, pop this open, see how easy that was. Separate. You want to bring this up, the hard top up, and you just simply want to fold away. Right, so getting the doors out is going to be a little complicated. So they're on a peg. So let's unpop that. And since we are here, we're going to turn this around because it's going to be the opposite side. We're going to focus on the back leg. We're going to bring this wheel back and we want to fold it in like that. Same thing on the other side. We're going to turn at the foot. Right, we're going to unpeg this piece right here. Right, we're going to get into this wheel well. We're going to bring this wheel back into the left. And this is where the clearance just kind of just disappears on this figure. Right, get that out of the way. Let's get this door out of the way. Like that. Now we have to do the opposite on this figure. We have to pull out the abdomen so we can get that clearance to do all of this other stuff. And sometimes it's supposed to click all the way back. Right? So we need this clearance for the arm, and it's on a peg. We're gonna bring these wheels out because we need to unlock all of this stuff. Bring the shoulder out. That. Put it on this side. Bring the shoulder out like that. And I'm out of focus. I'm very sorry. Right. So there we go. Right. Now so at the bottom, we're gonna just twirl this around. Right. So that the silver legs are facing forward. Then we want to bring all of this forward like that. You really can't see it because it's like a really small, like an L-shaped type of deal that's behind here. Okay, so we're not ready for these arms yet. So we have to separate this piece right here, right? Bring this down over his head. You take this arm and you want to bring that up. And that's going to click into place. That's how you know. And then we're going to take the other arm, bring that up. Fix this arm here. Let's fix this arm there. We're going to take the chest. You're going to just simply close it. Right? And they're supposed to click together like that. So there goes the chest. You take this piece out here, you fold it back like that. Make sure I got all of this stuff correct, right? And there you go. You have him back in his robot mode. It took a little work, took a little time getting there. You pop this gun back in his hand. And there's robot mode. There you go. Just wanted to fix them up before we do a final comparison. Alright, so we're going to bring in Optimus. Let's brighten that up just a taste. Oh, that's too bright. We're going to bring in Mirage. Wheeljack. There is a new Studio Series version coming out, so we're probably going to replace him when that happens. We have the old RC, which I'm keeping in the collection because I don't like the smaller one. I don't like the that little mini figure that they got. And I think that's about it. We can put the original Jazz there. We can put Bumblebee on that side. And that's your comparison. Now, my final thoughts is this. If they had kept the size of either this Jazz or make him the same size as the Bumblebee, I think clearance issue would have never been a problem. Transformation, I don't think it's well thought out because all those pieces bump into each other because they don't have enough clearance to do that. And another thing is with that back window, those rear window, the rear well pieces, they only move in a certain way. They don't move outwards so that you can plug in the rear windshield. I hope that makes sense, because if you use too much force, you're going to crack that rear windshield, and your value of your figure is going to go down. But that's what it is. Now, in the movie, if you see in the movie, I'm going to ruin part of the movie. All of this is supposed to break down into an Apex armor type of deal or some type of thing that a human can wear. I don't see that happening. But yeah, it's nice, but it needs to be a little bit bigger. It needs to be a normal size deluxe, and you know what I'm talking about. I think you do believe. I believe you know. So now another thing is the MPM series. Let's talk about that for a second. They just finished Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher I seen in the store. It was on sale for like $130, and now it's $165, $162. Excuse me. And that's the last character from the original movie. So we're just gonna have to wait around on who they're gonna pick to be the next MPM figure, and I hope they start with Mirage and then work their way backwards, or they're gonna start with Optimus because he's the leader. But we'll see what happens. So if you enjoyed this video, I hope it was intuitive. I hope I tried to explain how the transformation works as best as I could. If you enjoyed it, just leave it down in the comments below. If I need to improve on anything, please leave it down in below, because we're going to try something new in 2024 for New Year's, and more on that. Now, the next figure that's up is the Optimus Primal, the Studio Series Optimus Primal. So please look forward to that. I'm going to be doing that in the next couple of days. I got to get used to the transformation and all that good stuff. Also, on top of that, there is a upgrade kit where you can turn Primal into Apeling. So we're gonna look into that. So that means I got to buy another Primal to get an Apeling. Does that sound right? No, it doesn't. So yeah, leave your comments below. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down. And I'm going to see you ladies in the next video. Enjoy your New Year's Eve, and please take care of yourself. Bye-bye.